Well, hello there and good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me this week on your weekly dose. I hope everybody is staying warm. It is certainly very cold here in Michigan. It was -4 on my way to work this morning. It's actually warmed up to about 8 degrees today. So, anyway, thank you for joining me, and go Lions. I would be neglectful if I didn't put in my plug for the Lions for winning last night. It was a great game if you didn't watch it. Anyway, this week, I want to talk to you about PCPing your way with your loved one through your doctor's appointment. Last week, I talked about 10 things for you to consider when you're taking your loved one that you've noticed cognitive changes in to the doctor's office. So if you missed that episode, I'll make sure to drop it in the comments below. Definitely go back and watch that so you can take some notes on those things that you need to pay attention to before going to your doctor visit. During this time, if your loved one still has some of their faculties, maybe they don't have full on memory loss, but they have a form of dementia that only affects their physical capabilities, such as like with Parkinsonism. Most times a person with Parkinsonism keeps their mental capacity, their cognitive capacity, but their body starts to fail. So maybe your person has dementia in the sense that they can't do the activities of daily living like they used to, but their mind is still intact. And as your person is progressing and starting to go through Parkinson's, you are caring for them. And this can be a super emotionally charged time. So I want to help you explore ways to PCP your way through your doctor's visit. So, I love acronyms. So we'll start with the first one, which is prepare. Make sure that you sit down with your loved one before the doctor visit that you're going to go to. Discuss the purpose of going together because your person's probably gone alone for the majority of their life. So discuss the purpose and just reassure them that you're going to support them, that you're going to be by their side with them in this doctor's visit. Together before the doctor visit, if your person is able to collaborate on a list of concerns or questions that you both want to address during the visit, this will help them maintain their sense of autonomy and control. If you go in there with just your list, it could seem pretty pointed. So making sure that you sit down and prepare for the doctor visit together. Then during the doctor visit, make sure that you are not the only one who is speaking. Allow your loved one the time to express their concerns without interrupting them. This shows respect for them and their voice, and it will also direct the doctor to speak to them when they're speaking as opposed to speaking to you. There's nothing that irritates me more than when a person with dementia is in a doctor's visit and they've brought somebody with them and the doctor is addressing the concerns to the person sitting in the chair as opposed to the patient. I feel like that's very disrespectful. So make sure that during that visit, you're allowing your person some uninterrupted time. If their story is not on point, do not correct them there. Just kind of give a head nod to the physician, or maybe slip the nurse a note, but don't interrupt them there. This will allow them to maintain their sense of dignity. Make sure that the language that you're using at this doctor visit is inclusive, as opposed to saying, I've noticed, or he does, or she does. What you need to say, or a better choice of words would be, we've noticed some changes in memory, and we're seeking your opinion and your help in this matter on how to manage these memory deficits or how we're going to manage these behaviors. So if the doctor in response starts to use medical jargon or the nurse practitioner says something that's unclear, don't hesitate to ask for clarification, which is the C in PCP. Always ask for clarification. Anybody that is with you in the room should take the time to make sure that you comprehend and understand what it is that they're saying before they send you out the door. And you shouldn't go out the door, or your loved one shouldn't go out the door without understanding all of the information that is presented at the time of the visit. After the visit, when you get home, make sure that you plan, you update your care plan, or you update your life plan. The doctor at that visit might not have all of the answers, and there may be more to come, but there's still going to be information or maybe medications that are changed, or different routes to take, maybe physical therapy or something like that. But you want to start keeping a notebook, and you want to start keeping track of all of the things that the doctor or the nurse practitioner give you in that visit, and make sure that with each visit, you're updating that plan. So if a new medication is started, like Namenda or Aricept, which you may or may not be familiar with yet in your journey, but if the doctor adds those medications, updating your plan or updating your loved one's plan to state Namenda started on 1/15/2024, what that medication is for, what the side effects that they talked to you about were, or what the pharmacist told you, and then leave some blank space. And then that way, once you give your loved one that medication, you can document what side effects that they might have had, or what reactions they might have had to that medication, because you might not remember those at your 2-week follow-up. So PCP, prepare together, ask for clarification, and then make sure to update that plan once you're home. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below. And I invite you to join me next week when we discuss medical tests and procedures that your loved one may have following up their primary care physician or nurse practitioner's visit. Make sure to drop those comments below, and I'll check back later today. We'll talk to you soon. Stay warm.